Welcome to week 4, July 22nd through the 28th. And most of you have noticed I open these up a little bit early, so if you want to work ahead a little bit, you can. I don't like you to work way ahead. One, I just think it impedes the learning process, and two, it's just a little bit harder to keep up with a big class when you're all working in different chapters. But I will be opening this up today. Today's July 19th, and I will open this up for you. Now, I will recommend, if you want to get started on Chapter 7 and 8, feel free. The midterm will not open until Monday morning. We keep it open for about a 48-hour window. I actually go over that a little bit more. So one thing I would recommend if you do want to maybe get ahead a little bit is your case studies. The first one is for Chapter 3. And working on that case study will actually help you study for the midterm exam. So if you're all caught up and you're just sitting there and very anxious, you could go ahead and do case study number 1, or at least read through it and work on it, because that will help you get started. In this case study, and when it says case 333, that's Chapter 3, and it's the end of the chapters where your case studies are. I don't assign them through Connect for various reasons, but that's what that means. And I've already had a couple questions come in on those. You know, you've got to use your contribution margin percentage on these, and you've got to really analyze. I mean, these are case studies. They're not going to be straightforward, so you have to really read them carefully, analyze the numbers, approach it as if this is your first assignment at work, and you have to get this right. Pay attention to the minimum maximum length. We don't like them to go over what we request. This one's 2 pages, this one's 4 pages, and this one's 2 pages. And we have a reason for that. Part of being in management, working in accounting, is sometimes keeping things short and simple. You can back it up with numbers in an appendix, but we ask that you submit those cases that way. So again, just something, if you wanted to jump ahead, if you're done with chapters 5 and 6, and you're just sitting there anxiously waiting to take the exam, then maybe look at this case study and work on that. As I said, we are moving into week 4. I'll be getting ready to open this soon. The midterm exam is opening Monday morning at 6, closing Wednesday at midnight. Around 36 multiple choice questions. Most of them involve calculations. Even though it's open book, open notes, you will not have time to look up every answer. So you need to be prepared with formulas, understanding fixed cost, variable cost, contribution margin, break even. There's a study guide in week 3 that you can look over, but pretty much anything we've covered in weeks 1 through 6, which is everything because we go over the whole chapter in the Smart Books, is going to be on that test. Now, jumping ahead after the midterm exam, you do have 2 more chapters that will be due as usual, and the weekly objective there is to identify relevant and irrelevant cost. This one is sometimes confusing because I think people overthink it. So don't overthink this chapter. Relevant just simply means, is it different? So I've got a decision to make if I want to drive or fly. Well, whether I drive or fly, I have to pay the conference fee. So the conference fee is irrelevant. I have to pay it either way. And so that's what we're looking at with relevant, irrelevant. So try not to overthink it. Just look at the cost and say, is it different based on my decision? Or based on the company's decision. If we're trying to determine if we want to make the product or buy the product, then is the president's salary relevant? Is it going to be different either way? If it's different, then it's relevant. But if it's not different, it's irrelevant. We'll be looking at payback periods. So you're making an investment. How long does it take to get your money back? And then we will incorporate into that the time value of money. $1 today is worth more than $1 tomorrow because I can invest it today. And looking at some other measurement tools, including internal rate of return and simple rate of return. So great job so far. This class has been so wonderful. Your questions are good. It seems like a lot of you are really watching these video lectures. You're asking questions. That's great. Keep up the good work. And remember, email your coach first if you have questions. And if they do not respond, which they should, but if they don't, let me know. Otherwise, if they can't answer your question, they forward those on to me and I work with the coaches. So again, you guys are doing great. A good job. I hope you're enjoying your summer. Thank you.